Hello, everyone. Caren Glasser here, and welcome to Women Inspiring Women Rise Together. I'm so happy to have my bestie over here. Oh, this way, actually, over here. Hey, Joie, how you doing today?
Hi, Caren. It's so great to be here today. And I love this topic we're going to be discussing today because you and I have talked about this topic quite a few times together.
We have, because as you like to say, we're green horses. I mean, we're go, go, go. We're always go, go,
Yeah.
going. And so, when we were talking about what should we talk about this week, it was kind of like a no-brainer. Why is self-care for women still considered a luxury, not a priority? What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think the challenge is for people?
I just think that when we're very, very young, it's just like we're taught at a young age that we're not the priority first, especially as women. And here's the thing, depending on where you were born, I think, in the family. Now, I was the eldest, so I had a lot of responsibility early on.
Me too.
Yeah, you too. That's why you and I, like, we
Yeah.
connect. I was just telling Caren, I'm like, we connect on very deep levels. We get each other.
We do. When we started to talk about this, and we're talking about having fun and going out and doing fun things, and I realized I don't do that very often. In fact, that's the last thing that I think about. And I actually think that it's something that I personally need to work on, because all work and no play makes Caren a very dull girl.
Yeah, me too. This is something that I've been conflicting with for many, many, many years. Well, working in the Hollywood entertainment business,
Right.
it's the motto is work hard, play hard.
Right.
Right.
Except what happened to
So
play.
self-care isn't in there,
Right.
right? Because when you're working hard and you're playing hard, when are you getting a massage? When are you doing your meditations? When are you doing your yoga? When are you doing your affirmations, right? Because you're
Or
tired. You're tired all the time.
in my case, when are you going out to have wine tasting and eating good food? That would be my fun. I mean, I'm very open about this. Yoga seems too slow for me, even though I've been told I really need to go try it, right?
Well, I
What
read
about
this
you?
book and they were like, for us, they didn't call us green horses, but they're like, for you high strung, A types out there, they're like
High strung.
meditation and yoga are your two best friends. But, I think there's that. But here's the thing too that I wanted to bring up in this discussion is, what does self-care mean in today's marketplace?
Right.
Right? What does that even mean? What's the definition of self-care in the marketplace? Now, I know we've got some great people out there that we run with that are watching this right now, and I would love for them to share their definition of self-care so we can
Absolutely.
all learn from each other.
I'm going to put one up there. So we have here from Doneen.
Yeah.
When we forgo our self-care, other things start to slip. I'm seeing that in quite a few women in business right now with whom I'm connected. Failure to take care of themselves is affecting their ability to show up in their business, which affects everyone else involved. So I have a question. This is the question for you. So how do you define self-care? What would you be doing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What are you going to do? So here's what I've done is I've literally structured my entire company around yoga.
Really?
Yes, every single thing. So basically, I've chunked out the days that I go to yoga and those times, nothing can overlap. And if I do allow myself not to go, it is because something huge, like I'm traveling, right?
Right.
It's for business. I'm traveling for business. But yeah, I've created my entire business around my yoga practice. Best decision I made to date.
And I guess I really do know that, because I know that you go in the morning, and
Mhm.
we plan this particular live we do
We
after
do.
you do yoga. So, and
We
I
do.
so we're asking all of you who are watching either live today or even on replay, make sure you let us know that you're here on replay. What kind of self-care things are you doing for yourself, and what does that even mean to you as individuals? As I was joking, that means I go wine tasting, because that really is relaxing for me, not the
Yeah.
drinking of the wine, but actually going out of my house. I sit in front of my desk all day long, so getting out
Yeah.
and doing that. What other suggestions do we have for our viewers that we
And
might?
and here's the thing too is how is the self-care, how is it actually impacting your professional life? I believe very deeply that since I have incorporated these specific self-care rituals of mine, that my business has thrived more because of the self-care that I've
Interesting.
incorporated. Now, to the outside person, I do hear a lot from friends and colleagues that I work a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I'm a builder. Like I'm literally when I did my personality test, I'm literally a builder. So
Mm-hmm.
building is fun to me, right? So I want
Right.
to be building all the time, right? And they're like, you work, you work, you work. And I'm just like, but if you stood back for a second, and you saw the way I structured my business, you would see that a big chunk of my day is spent in this particular, whether it's self-care, another self-care for me too is my hair. It's true.
Okay, what does that mean?
I love, my hair is part of my brand. So I get my hair washed all the time. I go and get my hair trimmed all the time.
I love that though.
Yeah, all the time. Like a lot.
Okay.
Like sometimes once a week.
Okay,
that's part
so
of my self-care. I
that's
love
what
it.
okay, so getting mani-pedis, right? That would be
Yes,
considered
that's a self-care act.
Right.
Reading, turning off the TV and just reading and not like zoning out all the time. Another self-care act is learning for me. I love to learn.
Right.
And a lot of times when I'm not self-caring, Caren, I stop the learning process because I'm so deep underneath my business. I'm so in my business, and that's when I know I have to be on top of my business again. So learning is a great self-care act for me.
I really, really think that's important. For me, when I do something, I'll take my dogs out for a walk. It gets me away from my desk. It gets me out into the fresh air. It gives me a new perspective. I also try to, and I know this sounds ridiculous, to push away from my desk at lunchtime because I sometimes, a lot of times, forget to eat because I never actually take care of myself in terms of getting the right nutrients into my body because I'm so busy looking at my computer screen all day long. In fact, it was funny. I had a neighbor over for dinner the other night, and he says, I never see you outside during the day. Where are you? He says, I know you work from home, but where are you? I said, I'm sitting in front of my desk all day long. He says, is that healthy? And that was an interesting thing to ask me. Is that healthy?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Well, here's the thing. We do have to find a balance. I mean, you can't be an entrepreneur and create a thriving brand if you're unbalanced, really. But the other interesting point about self-care too is that if you don't feel good physically, if you don't feel good, just physically from your core, doesn't that impact your business?
I think it does.
Of how you show up?
I think it does. You show up looking stressed. Right?
Yeah, even if you don't feel good, like your clothes don't fit right, if you're not feeling good inside your clothes when you wake up, if you're like, listen, a lot of women out there, the first thing they say to them, I eat too much, I'm too overweight, I'm too this, I'm too that, right? I'm like, oh my God, stop the madness, because that's impacting every single thing you do. Just self-care, and first thing to say to yourself is, I love myself inside and out.
Lisa Lamont, mirror love.
I know, the mirror love. Like, just do some mirror love,
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I also wanted to say too, I was just talking to Sunshine Sue this morning, who is a health trainer and a physical trainer, and also isogenics. And we were talking about what you put in your mouth is part of the self-care model, right? Because it's so easy to reach for that. So I've actually cut caffeine and sugar completely out of my diet.
Oh, so you don't want to see this then? Is that what you're saying?
Hardest thing I've done to date.
But do you feel better?
Actually, I have more energy now. Yeah.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
That's stuff. And another thing for self-care, and for those of us who work at home or work in our home office, is that, just because you're not going out to your office does not mean that you don't want to go into your home office dressed. And I get dressed every day. I don't sit here in my pajamas. I mean,
you do.
I'm
you work ready every day. I noticed that. Yeah,
I do. I really try to show up as if I were going to an outside office. I take care of myself that way. And I'm also not one of those people, you were talking about my clothes don't fit so hot and I don't feel so good. I don't get caught up in the numbers on the sizes. Yeah. I wear comfortable clothes, and I take care of myself that way, because there's nothing worse than looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I don't like this and I don't like that. I don't like the way I look. That is just such a downer in terms of our mental state, I think.
Yeah, so let's give Susan Jacobs a shout out too here, someone else that we run with, and loving what's in your closet, I think, is a big part of self-care. I really do. Yeah,
I do too.
Like when women go in their closet and they're just like, ugh, I have nothing to wear. I hate what I'm wearing today. I'm like, that puts a big damper on the way you're feeling internally and externally, don't you think? And that can impact business and our professional lives in a really big way. So it just makes sense to get the resources around you, but you got to structure it. I believe you have to structure it personally. That's just how I'm built.
I do too. I mean, one of my I don't call them resolutions, but one of my goals for this year was to be better at self-care. And that meant washing my face every night because I didn't always do that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. So washing my face every night and that just that one little act made me feel like I was taking so much better care of myself, like I was a grown up, because I consider, little kids, they don't wash their face all the time. And here I am, a 60-year-old woman, and I wasn't washing my face on a regular basis. Oof, kind of.
It makes sense. And I want to give Danian a shout out too out there. She's got this great book out there. Oh goodness, Danian, can you put the link into the comment section for everyone?
I'm drawing a complete blank. She actually gave us a great comment over there.
But it's all about self-care through menopause and how to take care of your body. And she has a glass of red wine on the cover. And what she's really trying to say to people is that self-care does not mean that you can't have a lifestyle, that you can't enjoy life, right?
Everything in moderation.
But also to eat, drink, and be merry through menopause. Thank you.
There we go. Thank you,
sister. I loved it. I read it from cover to cover as soon as I got it off Amazon. The read is like awesome. So I read it, and I actually started integrating a bunch of her different, tips and strategies around self-care. But again, I think it always is going to come back to structure. So here's what I'm going to suggest to everyone out there, right? Okay. Is to calendar self-care. It's a priority. We got to make ourselves a priority. Why shouldn't we put our self-care as a priority inside of our own calendars? We put everyone else. Everyone puts their kids, their pets. Their pets are always in their calendars, right? Right. Their pets, their bosses, their friends, their collaboration partners. How about if we put ourselves in there?
I think that's great. I think it's great. I just put it up on the screen. I think that's actually, I live by my calendar, so that's a great idea for me, is to put this into my calendar. And I am going to actually one of these days come up to where you are and go to yoga with you, because I think
I would love that. My teacher would love you. And here's the thing about her too that's so awesome, is the reason I picked her is because at the end she sings to you. Oh, she sings Amazing Grace, so that you feel blessed before you walk out the door again. So again, everyone's got their own self-care rituals out there. We want to hear about your self-care ritual, like literally, put them in the comments. Lay it out for us, because that's how we learn from each other, right, Caren? Absolutely. Is we can't have an aha moment unless we're exposed to it, right?
Absolutely. And so put it in the comments, and then add the hashtag WIW so that we can track this. We can see it all over the place, and create this movement forward, actually, of giving people ideas on how to do self-care. Why not? I think it's a great idea. Guys, Joie, first of all, thank you. I just love doing this with you on a bi-weekly basis. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And we want to thank all of you who are joining us today live and all who are here on replay. We just so appreciate you taking the time to join us when you do. So go out and have a great day, and we'll see you next time on Women Inspiring Women. Goodbye, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. Bye.